Today's the day. Valentine's. How they do?
Like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You know, you can never run out of things to talk about regarding these monsters. Narcissists. Hi everyone, I just want to welcome you again to Exit Strategy. I'm Mochismo Eugene. Today I want to talk about how the narcissist will hoover you. I'm going to talk about a couple of things. I thought about something last night. I was looking at a video. Jesse was talking about some stuff. Funny guy. Check his channel out. Jesse, Jesse. Forget the name of his channel, but anyway, check him out. Very, very wholesome guy. Now, thought about something as he was talking to Hoover. They do a double, triple. As they project, obviously, you realize they're the narcissist. They're telling everyone you're the narcissist. I realized something. There's so many things that they do that if we would imagine ourselves, and I mean imagine ourselves as the narcissist, or think as the narcissists think, if we did that with the exception of not lying about what we're doing, if we begin to just be truthful about all the things that we're doing, if we're pretending to be the narcissist, what I'm actually saying, we are talking about the narcissist in the sense of if the narcissist would tell the truth about everything they're doing, this is how it would sound when we speak on the channels. It's amazing. We know every single thing that they're going to do for the most part because they're on the spectrum and they all do the same thing. It's like a back and forth merry-go-round. Soon-to-be ex-monster I married would sit in front of the front-load washing machine, and I would observe and ask her, "What are you doing?" What are you doing? Just sitting in front of the washing machine, watching it go through the process. She said, "Well, I just like it. It's calming." Okay. And yeah, this is the kind of stuff they do, like a little kid. So anyway, the Hoover. The Hoover is one aspect of what I'm talking about. But anyway, let me get into it. They will say today, Valentine's Day. This is a good example. This is supposed to be a day that some of us would be happy to get something from their significant other, be it a box of candy, a card, a well wish, just hey, happy Valentine's Day, or roses, or any type of gift. You may gift them with a coat for winter, a ring, an engagement ring. This could be a good time for healthy people. And these even though they're pagan holidays, the narcissist distorts everything good in the world. If it be a good occasion, I mean. I don't want to sound like a double negative saying that it's, or, contradict what I said. It's pagan in many respects. I've embraced it in the past. I've embraced a lot of holidays. Doesn't take away from the fact they're pagan. Now, point is, if today they attempt to try to have seemingly good time with you, I guarantee you, they've already made arrangements to derail this day and make an excuse so they can make a quick getaway or do an exit of their own. Momentarily, because they're going to pick a fight out of the blue, going to pull it out of the air. You're walking on cloud 9. They're going to ruin that. You're all bubbly. You wake up, you make a good breakfast for his ass. You wake up in the morning, you bang her up pretty good. If you're in a committed relationship or whatever you want to call it, we grown. And that's sex of the week. You're in there cooking dinner, breakfast, whatever. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, they like start a fight, a debate. And they're masters at it. Before you know it, the reason why you can't make sense of it, because they have already planned it and plotted this. You in your rational mind, you're not even thinking on that level. You just had sex, you just had a good time, you guys just had an awesome time last night watching a movie, whatever you want to put in the blanks. And today, all of a sudden, it's like Jekyll and Hyde. In your mind, sometimes you'll utter, "What's wrong? I don't understand." But a lot of times, if the relationship's already been gaslit for years and months, you tend to just go on the side of caution and be silent. So you think to yourself, what's going on? You're trying to put this together, but you can't put it together because nonsense makes no sense. So they, in fact, say, within the argument, you say, "I don't know what's the problem." He's like, "See, I can never please you. I'm out of here. I'm going to clear my head. I'm going over to my buddy's house. I'm going down to the shop. I'm going hunting. I'm going blah, blah, blah." They slam the door. You left like looking around like, did I miss something? Yeah, you missed something. It wasn't for you to see it. This was planned. This was premeditated. Now, this is Valentine's Day. Stay with me. They go and leave. You don't hear from them. You call. Don't dare. You dare call their phone. What happens to you? All kinds of thoughts are running through your mind. You're like, man, because he just banged you out the night before. So now you're on cloud nine. Your subconscious begins to panic, and you think, let me just call him, try to mend this fence, because I don't want him to start straying away. I don't want him to think that I'm the worst thing that ever happened to his life, even though they are. So you continue to try to put a band-aid or amends to this situation that you didn't even cause. So you blow their phone up. You call once, they don't answer. Then you panic more, you panic more, you panic more. Then you start thinking all kind of wild thoughts. Oh, I wonder where he's at. Then God forbid you have the number of where he said he was going, and you call a friend. The friend said, "I haven't seen him." Oh man, now you're thinking, man, now you're blowing this phone up. To which he doesn't answer. You text him. You look back at your texts and you got a mile-long text. You got about 50 calls. You're beginning to look like the kook, the crazy one. But now you already wound up. You don't really care about looking like the crazy one. You're gonna fight for your man. What you don't understand, he's not your man. He's everybody's man. And only God knows where he's at. Wherever he's at, he's not where he told you he was going to be. And he's also not even concerned about the situation that he just caused. Now let me show you. This is where the Hoover situation happened. They leave for extended amounts of time, sometimes a day, a week, 2 weeks. Depends on the circumstances of how volatile the blow up is that they caused. And so they leave and ghost you. You can't reach them. They're unreachable. I'm getting to the double, triple of how they do this. The Hoover, after a period of time, you don't hear from them. You're like a wounded animal. It's like a missing child. It's like an Adam's alert. You don't care about punishing the child. All you want is them back home safe. You get that analogy? So you're willing to forgive anything and everything that you've thought that they possibly were doing. You ain't even make no mention of, you didn't go to your friend's house like you told me. You're just happy and broken. You're not happy, you're broken inside. So you're just content to have that brokenness of him leaving, that disconnect. You're just happy to have it back connected. Because that's where your hopes and your dream, your aspiration, everything that you hope or you hoped for, they broke you down, your realistic hopes, And now the hope is them. They're the great they're the great hope that you never had. So a Hoover, they Hoover may shoot you a text. Or they may say, well, I don't know what's going on with you, man. Everything I try to do, it's just never no pleasing you. I'll use that as a situation. And you text them back, you're like, whew, they text me. You text them back. Just come back home. Or, I don't know what I did. But whatever it is, let's just forget about it. That's what they want to hear. And so what they've already done when they've left, they've already told some people, because they're planning their getaway plan, they've already told some people, and this is extorting energy from these people and fuel supply. They're telling them, man, I can't, there's no pleasing them. So they're laying a roadmap for when they bounce on you, when this milk is outdated and is spoiled and they have to discard you. They have this ram in the bush. They've already laid it out there. Everybody's going to know this is what he told us. Now I see it. It's the narrative that they put out. So the double is they're telling everybody you crazy. You've already determined that they're crazy. And they're so crazy that they've made you crazy. You begin to act like the narcissist. They train you how to behave badly. You begin to mimic some of their behavior. If you're in that relationship long enough and they break you down enough. How I know? I see it every day. How else are these relationships you see where the police are called? The police come in and ask them to disperse. One has to go somewhere for the night, other one has to stay there. And before sundown, that car is back there at the house. He's back. Most often he is back because the cops often ask the man to leave, or the man often is the one to leave, especially where there's kids involved. And that makes perfect sense because it's just easier for a man to find a place to lay his head than a woman with children. That makes perfect sense. But if it's the female narcissist, and they're both wounded animals, if she's a narcissist, he's a narcissist, or if she's narcissist and he's codependent, he's got childhood wounds, scapegoat, guinea pig for everybody's BS. So he's built for punishment. He's back over there before sun goes down. And the neighbors are looking over there like, wow, man, I can't believe they're over there. They back together. And this goes on and on and on. And to the point one of them kill each other. You see it all the time in the news. So, to the triple. When the narcissist leaves, this is another situation which connects to triple. That was a double. The triple is, when they leave, they already anticipate, when they ghost you, they already anticipate that you are going to take them back. And the triple is this. They not only leave you high and dry, and you're the one that's wounded, you're the one that's hurting, you're the one that's in pain, and emotional pain, and you're suffering because you miss them, to which they don't. They don't miss you. They don't feel any of these things you feel. So what I'm trying to say is, when they bounce, you're having to manage your emotions in many different ways. They don't have to manage anything. They just already go to where they got another tent set up at. Another supply, which they've had all the time. So while you're unhealed, you're broken, detached from reality, as a result of them, you miss them. They are not missing a beat. They're not losing sleep at night. So the point is, when they are gone and you are left open with all of these heal the wounds and all of these emotions that are running crazy. And they're like still off to the races. This allows them to come back because they know that you are already undone. They left you that way. Unless they overplay their hand and you get these videos and you happen upon me or some of these guys that are better at it than me and they make a little more sense to you and tell you how to connect these dots, you'll be able to say, wow, he said exactly what I was going through, like he was in this house with me. That's amazing when we speak this to a situation and you say, man, that's this guy living with me. So the triple, when they come back, that's already the double. They telling each other, they telling people that you're this, you're that. There's just no pleasing you. And then when they come back, you accept them back. The triple is when they tell you that I came back because I was over my friend's house and they told me I should give it another try. Which in fact, this friend probably did encourage them, because what they're doing is they're telling them all of this slanderous stuff about you, but they're doing the passive aggressive. They're saying, you know what, man, ain't no pleasing her. She's a good girl. And then they start naming all of your good qualities at the same time, in the same breath, talking about how impossible you are to deal with. So this is what you call the double with their friend, and the triple is to come back and tell you what this friend that they just smeared you with told them, give it another try, if that makes any sense. They are playing two ends against the middle and some. So I thought about that. Valentine's Day. It's not going to be as pleasant as most people want to believe. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. But in this case, I don't hate it. I hate it, but I don't hate it. Make this the last Valentine's Day that you ever have to deal with these people. Monsters, narcissists, of any kind. And I'm actually listening to, I'm done watching it now. This Netflix series of Shooter. It's a Mark Wahlberg directed. He's the executive producer or executive director of this series called Shooter. And it's based on a sniper. And I won't give any more of that away, but it's like a rat race of sorts with people in here that are playing the part of good person, but they're nothing of the sort. And I said to myself, you begin to look at movies in a different way, and not even just looking at it in a different way, you look at it for what it is. This is secret societies who own these cinema movie production companies. They own mega millions of things that garner the power and the position. So I'm looking at this and I'm saying, man, it's like they're taunting. They're taunting the general public with these disturbed movies that we find intriguing. I actually like the movie because, like Superman, everybody likes, for the most part, there's good and evil and a lot of empaths, most empaths, if not all empaths. We're wanting the good to outdo the bad, and we want it to win in the end, which in most cases it does. And unless it doesn't in one series and it continues, you have to watch the next series. And this is what they do. They inject you with the heroin of sorts till you become addicted. And so I saw all of this, the whole series, and it was so interesting. There was some heartbreaks there too. So that's life. That's just what we're gonna deal with in life. But check that out, Shooters. It is a very, very interesting show. well put together. I mean, my hat's off to Mark Wahlberg. Did a good job. But I can see these things for what they are. It's entertainment, but it educates me and it equips me for what we're dealing with in real life. And these movies actually train and recruit narcissists who wouldn't have known how to add to their arsenal. This is how they add to their arsenal. They watch movies and they find out all the crooked ass ways to undermine people. Excuse me for my dog. He's always chasing his tail. And it seems like he waits till I start doing a video. Come here, buck. Come here. Come here. Come get me. Come here. Come meet Leo, guys. I think you guys met him. Say hi. This is Leo. This is my daughter's dog. He's a little sweetheart. He's bit everybody in the house. So he's a little more docile now. So, oh, he didn't bite my daughter, who I got him for. I don't know why he hadn't bit her. Very territorial in the beginning, but he gives everybody equal attention now. So anyway, today I just wanted to talk about Valentine's Day again, because today is Valentine's Day. By the time I download this, it takes a long time for it to upload. I gotta get some better equipment. I got a GoPro, I may do it on that, see if it speeds it up. So by the time this airs, it'll be this evening, but it'll still be Valentine's Day. Keep safe, guys. Protect your energy. And use this day to measure on whether you're with a narcissist or not. And if you are, exit it. Exit it. Move back home. Move back out of state. And if they want to go back with you and say, use an excuse like COVID, you know, got somebody down there that I want to be close to, they need my help. And if they say, no, I'll go with you, I'll move with you. And I say, no, just say no. You know my family don't get along with you too well. And if they persist and say, well, you know, forget them, say, no, my family comes first. I'm sorry. And bounce. Bounce on them before they bounce on you. That's the way to go. Bless.